Nujignua'tegeg.
Hi, my name is Tyler Morrison, and I'm here with Debbie Dedam-Montour, and she is the coordinator of the Anti-Racism Program. Debbie, it is 2016. Why do we need this program?
When you look at the history of LMDC in developing Mi'kmaq resources, they face our clients face racism when they're going for employment and training opportunities. Over 20 years, we've been experiencing that. The sector directors in Listuguj also are experiencing racism with the clients, our community members, and so it was decided that they would form a task force. And this task force led to the creation of the anti-racism strategy. And so that's the first step in our strategy, is raising that awareness. Because a lot of people don't even think about racism. I mean, a non-native doesn't think about it. They go through their day and it's not something they face. But as a Mi'kmaq, we face it every day. The fact that we live on a reserve, it's the structural racism, that institutional racism in Canada with the Indian Act. So we experience it every day. And so we have to find ways to raise the awareness, to step up to racism and tell people, excuse me, but that comment was inappropriate. One of the things we say is, do not accuse an individual of being a racist, because that only escalates negativity. So we want to work addressing racism through a positive manner.
The barriers for Listuguj community members, what do they face internally and externally whenever looking for employment?
The barriers that we face, one of it is language. We don't speak French. A lot of community members don't speak French, so that can be a barrier. Some of it is we have jurisdictional things because we're a border town, Quebec, New Brunswick, so we face some of those issues when it comes to certification and things like that. So that can be a barrier when you're trying to get employment. There's also a bit of perceptions that people don't want to hire Mi'kmaq or Native people in general because they feel that they're lazy and they have these negative stereotypical ideas about us. If you don't speak French, it's really hard to get a job. That's basically it. And I mean, when I started learning French, I started learning in 1985. I didn't speak French. When I went to see the unemployment officer down over there, they had me down as an Anglophone, so they said, do you want to learn French? So I said, okay. So that's how I started to learn French.
Do you think the barriers are a factor for community members leaving for employment?
It could be partly that. I mean, we are in a high unemployment area anyway, so that's, if there was a lot of employment and we weren't getting hired, the racism issue might be more prevalent. But everybody in this area is struggling. I mean, not the Gaspé and the Atlantic region. But I don't know if they're leaving because of racism, but they are leaving because they can't seem to find meaningful employment here.
I want to know the challenges you face present and future for the anti-racism campaign. What troubles do you have now compared to what you might see in the future?
Well, the challenges we have is to really make that connection with the people outside the community. We're looking for what is the proper forum to open up, make awareness and connections. So one of the things we've been doing outside the community is we connected with the Harmony group. That was one. We connected with the library with their Inspired Youth group. We've connected with the Multicultural Association, Listuguj Multicultural Association, and even one of their members will be speaking at our symposium on Monday. So the challenge is to get out there and find the right people to make those connections and to get something moving. And the only people that we can seem to reach right now are like the students, the youth. And I call them a captive audience because they're in a school program, and so we've been able to meet with them under that structure. But it's harder to reach the adult population. And when we do, what I've been doing is I've been going to these the craft fairs that they've been having, farmers market, things like that. I have my own personal craft booth, but I do bring the anti-racism material there to raise awareness wherever I can. And it is to reach, the challenge is to reach the adult population.
All right. So Debbie, I want to end on a positive note. Tell me your experience and how you see the Harmony Project.
Well, when I first started and we were looking at building relationships, strengthening relationships with our neighbors, and all the stuff that I was reading and trying to formulate a strategy, when I looked at the Harmony Project, they were doing the exact same thing that I was thinking we should do. And they've been doing it for 12 years, and they've been doing it with the youth. And so for over 12 years, I think there has been an improvement in the relationships from our youth, but what we need to do is to start to focus on the adults. And that's a question I've been putting out there. We went to the Sugarloaf Senior High School, and we did a couple of workshops, information sessions with the Links group. And that's what I put, one of the questions to them was, what kind of activity could we undertake that would include the adults from Listuguj, Cross Point, and Campbellton? Most of the energy that we've done this year has been within the community, and only 30% has been outside. So I made the connection with the Harmony Group. We're making connections with the Centennial Library. They have an Inspired Youth Group. We're reaching out to the Listuguj Multicultural Association. So we're trying to do outreach, but there's still a lot of work to do. It's very, like I say, in the very beginning steps, and we're doing baby steps right now, and it's just trying to get buy-in from all our neighbors.
Yeah, we still have a very long road to go.
Yeah.
Okay, though, Debbie, thank you for joining us today.